Say again, how old?
She's born on the 24th of July, I'm born on the 1st of August, and he's born on the 8th of August.
So that makes, how old were you
They were
guys?
19.
I'm asking her.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but I was a week to 20 and he was 2 weeks to 20.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Around 48, 49 with my mom and all the little ones.
And my Oma is the one in the stroller in the bottom center.
That's adorable.
Yeah, her and
The little stroller made from
the
wood.
wood slats.
That's and what's the art object here?
My cousin Ula painted that picture and gave it to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
My sister's daughter.
Okay,
My cousin.
that's lovely. And it's funny because two of these have been on the Seago
Yeah.
walls since I've known them.
And that's Opa's sister right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my mom's dad.
Okay,
He was
That's my
85
grandfather.
on that picture.
And that's his sister up there.
Yeah.
okay.
With a spinning wheel?
Uh-huh.
Done the dolly.
Wow.
And so then that's his wife, but when she was younger, obviously. That's Oma. That's the grandmother up there. That's when she was young.
Got
Will I
it.
let August out?
No, you may not.
Why?
And so then
Because I said so.
that middle one is Charles C. Asher. That's Dad's
That's
mom.
mom.
Oh, okay.
That's to whom he wrote the letter.
Oh, that's the recipient. Got it.
Yeah. And then this is Charles C. when she was a little kid. And her
And
mom.
her parents.
So that's the Lovedays.
Yeah.
Got it.
Well, she was a lane.
Yeah, they were Lanes. He was Lane.
Yeah.
She married a Loveday.
Okay.
So
She
that's
was-
her right there.
That's-
Very cool.
And this is her right there.
So no, that's Pat.
It looks a lot like that. And it's not Oma. And that's her
Yeah, I was
sister.
5 and Barbie was 6.
What's your sister's name?
Barbara.
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 Barbara, but we call her Barbie.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
She was 6. Filming for that moment. That's terrific.
I still remember that dress.
Do you?
Yeah.
Mostly because it's got a picture of it.
I can picture the color and yeah,
I mean, I guess I have a house full of memories.
it
Because,
was
so this picture, because Mom had all these pots always sitting around when we were growing up in Germany. And so for your 25th wedding anniversary, I bought them this picture.
Yeah.
And I scrounged all this money together, and it was really expensive back then. I mean, probably like $50, but for me it was super expensive back then. And I scrounged everything together so she could have a picture of the pots that she had.
Oh, that's brilliant.
And then when they redid the house
Yeah.
and took out all the blue stuff away,
remember that, don't you?
took all the blue stuff away,
I took all the blue stuff
I
away.
said, well, I'll keep them with the pots then.
Tell me about going to school. What was school like for you?
My school?
Yes.
Well, we went kindergarten. We called kindergarten from
You guys invented it.
kindergarten was at 5 to 6 or 4 to 6. It depended. But and then the first grade we were up to only public school, 8th grade. But the first 4 grades, it was the first, second, third, and fourth together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How many
There was-
How many kids in the classroom?
Well, in my class, there were 4 boys and 4 girls
Okay.
in the first grade when we started. And then my sister was 2 up, and I don't remember, they had more. But don't forget, I started school in 48.
Okay.
So there weren't very many children.
Oh, okay. Got it.
That's why we had so few of them. And they
Got it.
put all 4 classes together. And then we had separate classes.
Got it.
You know, yeah. And 8th grade, I graduated. And my sister went on ahead to middle school, equivalent to high school here. For 3 years, she had to take the train and go to the next city. And my father couldn't afford that I did that. So I went the vocation route.
Okay.
And my father signed me up for a household in the next city, and I was cleaning, helping to cook, do shopping. Well, I learned regular household, but for the 2 years I had to go once a week every Wednesday to a school for a whole day, and the lady I worked for had to sign off. It was like a vocational school,
Okay.
and you have to do that.
Okay, interesting.
And it was an apprenticeship.
And what sort of things did they teach in that school?
Yeah, what was it? It's continue your education. What do they teach in this school?
Was it household stuff or something
Yeah,
specific?
cooking, baking, taking care of children.
Okay.
We had to go and to kindergartens and work there that day,
Okay.
or to a hospital if we didn't have a school.
Got it.
So really it just taught you to run a household, to run children, and be a grown-up, preparing you for life.
Like Martha Stewart School or something?
Pardon me?
Martha Stewart School?
Sounds
Yeah.
a little more practical.
Kind of, but
How
more
mu-
on hand, And I had to, each time I went to school, we had to write it down, and she had to sign up, the lady, what
And-
we did.
How many brothers and sisters? You're what? Second, third brother, sister?
Mine,
Yes, yes.
not the list.
You're the last. Run through your brothers and sisters for me.
Well,
Start from you and go up.
yeah, my father was born in 1883. So
Wow.
he was married till 1936.
Got
His
it.
wife died, and he had Hannah, George, Michael, Richard, Ludwig,
He's working somewhere else.
Traudel, Ria, 7 children.
Got it.
And then the next year he married my mom, and my mom was born in 1903. She married him in
Help her.
37, and she had a child out of wedlock. His name was George, and then my sister came along 2 years after that, and then I came along, and my mom was by that time 40, and and my father was 66.
So your half brothers and sisters, were they at home with you?
By that time, not all of them, some of them were already
Grown.
married because that big difference. But before my mom actually had my sister and I, they took a child in after before the war, and her name is Elfriede,
Just get together.
and they just kept her as a foster child.
Okay.
She was 9 days old.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah, Friedel was 9 days old. But anyway, I did not, as I grew up, I did not know I was the last one, because after the war, the ones who were out in the country, a little bitty town, 800 people. The one who got all bombed out in the next big city, all the relatives brought their children
Okay.
to my mom, because we had a little bit land. We had geese, ducks, chickens, garden, and 2 big acres with potatoes and beets.
And I talked to him 2 times.
And my father worked them.
Okay.
So we had food.
Oh, okay.
So from my oldest brother, the half brother, he went to war. 2 more went to war, and they all died. Yeah, but the children grew up with us, and the mom worked in the next city. So I grew up with 4 or 5 more my age, below. They were just living with us.
Nieces and nephews. These are your
Yeah,
nieces
yeah,
and nephews. Okay. So they had kids, went to war, they passed, but their kids were around. Okay, got it.
Now, the 3 brothers were died. I do not know them because I'm born in 42. They were in war, and I don't remember them.
Okay.
But my real sister does. She was
Okay.
2 years older.
2 years older. That's a
Yeah.
big difference.
Yeah, yeah. She remembers them, but I don't. I only have the pictures at home.
So, sounds like there were your 3. So you were one of 3. Then your mom and dad, and then 3 or 4 of the older half brothers and sisters,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
nieces and nephews. So there were, what, 10, 12 people in your house growing up? Always.
Always.
Where'd you sleep? Were you guys stacked in a bed?
Double, triple in bed.
Double, triple in a bed.
Yeah.
You were on a little farm, so 2 or 3
No,
bedrooms?
not really on a farm. We had a small house, but we had garden, a big area fenced in, and you know, in Germany the towns are in one circle,
Yeah.
and the acres, the fields are out.
Okay.
Yeah, we had to go way out, walk or.
Oh, the acres were not near your house.
No.
You
We had
walked to the
regular
little
big
farm.
fields.
Okay.
And we had to go out and work. And I remember, even as I was 5 and 6, I sitting in a little wagon, almost like that up there, and my mom pulled us
Okay.
out to the field, and we either played in the dirt or whatever we did.
Okay.
The whole day and went back home.
Okay, and that's you had what crops did you mention? You said you had
The beets, like
Okay.
sugar beets,
Got
and
it.
potatoes.
okay, so root crops.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, terrific.
So we always had potatoes.
So what was Christmas like in your and what was your maiden name?
My maiden name?
Yes.
Wingenfeld.
Wingenfeld. So what was Christmas like in the Wingenfeld household? You wake up in the morning, what happens?
No, that's not in the morning.
In the evening.
Yeah, and on the evening we took baths, you know, in the same tub, in the kitchen, got all nice dressed up, and in the meantime, the living room always was closed before Christmas. You couldn't go into the living room,
Okay.
and the tree just happened to get in there somehow when we were small, and we always had real candles on it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that is the main thing. And then you go in around, well, you eat in the kitchen and a very small meal. And then the bell rings and we're all lined up in front of the living room door. And she said the angels came and we went in and went ooh and ah, and we were singing German Christmas songs. And then on a table, there were for each one a plate. And they had cookies on it, a little bit chocolate. The biggest one I remember, I saw my first orange.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was enough. And then later on we got a little bit presents. But then it was mostly a hat, gloves, knitted socks, you know.
Birthdays? Did we do birthdays at all?
Not
Okay.
very much.
Gotcha.
No.
Well, Christmas sounds very nice,
Yeah.
actually.
Oh, they were.
With the angels.
First said it was just, you know, a good cake for Sunday, and that was it.
Okay.
Yeah. But we didn't know anything like that happy birthday song.
Okay. What other holidays? And what songs did you sing? You said you sang German Christmas songs?
All the Christmas songs, Tannenbaum, you know, and Stille Nacht, and
Oh, okay.
yeah, all of them, the famous German songs.
Terrific. Terrific. What other holidays did you have growing up?
Well, Easter is a big thing.
Okay.
That's always church connected. Then we had Pfingsten, what is Pfingsten? Pentecost.
Okay.
But that's all Catholic.
Okay.
Pentecost, and then you actually formed with the preacher through town.
Okay.
We were singing and praying, and you go through town and you have certain stops. Yeah, that you the people set up and they have flowers there, and then we'll stand there and pray, and then we'll go and to the next one.
For Pentecost.
Yeah,
Well, it sounds
that's
like
Pentecost.
sounds like the Stations of the Cross, sort of. But
Yeah,
you weren't Catholic.
You sure?
Oh, you were Catholic.
Oh,
Okay.
Lordy, 100%.
Oh, okay. Okay. I did not know that.
Oh,
One of your mother's sisters,
Yeah.
sister.
yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
She's
okay.
a nun, and then my father had a sister who was a nun.
Okay.
Oh, Lordy, I wanted to be a nun.
Really?
Yeah, I did. When I was around 12, 14. Yes, I
Okay.
did.
Okay.
Yeah, my mom always said you would have made a good nun.
My aunt was Sister Marjorie. My mother was one of 4 Irish Catholic kids growing up in Harrison, New Jersey. Her brother became Father Boniface, a Benedictine monk in Newark Abbey. He was a teacher in Newark Abbey in Newark, New Jersey, and My aunt was a nun. I actually have a cousin, my generation, which is much more unusual, became a nun, a Dominican in Nashville. So that's nice. But so tell me about meeting Melvin.
Huh. Oh my God.
Where were you?
Well, go back to that school. I did it 2 years. And matter of fact, that the family I worked for, they had 2 children, but he was a lawyer, so he had an office in his house. So if I didn't have anything to do in the house, he made me go in the lawyer office with his secretaries, and I learned how to type and carry the mail off, and I did all that. So I learned a little bit there. But anyway, the 3rd year then of that's what I was supposed to do, the schooling, 3 years, but my contract with the family was only 2.
Okay.
I went up to a children's home. One of the teachers helped me to get into a children's home, meaning a children's home, it wasn't like a big group home. We had 4 houses. It's called Goldenes Kinderdorf, and you had 8 children. They had to be from 0 to 14. And the house mother and the helper, and I was the helper.
Okay.
But I got a room, I got paid in my 3rd year, and I thought I was yeah, and I was 15 to 16.
Okay.
And then the next year my father had enough money, and I went totally back to 1 year's school for a kindergarten teacher.
Oh, okay.
And I graduated from that, and in Germany I can teach 26 children in like a vacation home or in a kindergarten, for very small children. And then I went back to that children's home again and got more money.
Okay, fantastic. Because now you got the certificate to
Well,
teach.
again, yes, I got my papers. And
What is it called? What's the papers called in German? It's got a name.
Abschluss.
What's it called?
Abschluss.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. So, and I
That
was
doesn't
working at.
translate very well.
Pardon me?
That doesn't translate very well.
No.
What's the literal translation?
Certificate,
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Abschluss is confirmation of a.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, close.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so we had 4 houses. Each one had a helper. Well, in the second house was a young lady my age, what went with me through all the other schooling, and her name was Roswitha, and she was already going out with an American, but his name was Eddie, and he was a soldier over there in the caserne, but he was a German who moved to America with his parents and joined the army and happened to be stationed in Würzburg.
Oh, so he spoke German.
He was a German.
Got it.
Yeah. And she went out with him. And I met him once before, and he sat in the caserne or in the place. He asked around who would go with him, because every time he wants to go out with his girlfriend, there is another young girl with her.
Oh, okay.
And that happened to be me.
I see.
Yeah, I was the 3rd week. Well, because we could talk to him.
Got it.
Because we didn't want to go alone.
Pat,
So-
I'm gonna go get the food.
Okay.
So, yeah, and Mel said, I will.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah. And we met him, Roswitha and I met him in an ice bar in the city. We took the bus down. And I thought, oh my God, when he stood up, he got taller and taller. I mean, he was just sticks.
Oh,
A stick and long arms, And Eddie in the two-stars and forgot that he had to translate the whole night.
okay.
So he wasn't too happy. So we sat there a few hours, And then we left, and Mel and Eddie had to make pet checks, so they had to go back. And Roswitha and I went home, and I said, well, he's not going to call anymore. And 3 weeks later came a call into the building I was working. Does anybody speak English? Well, in the third house was a young lady. She spoke English.
Okay.
So we had to go and get Gabi and make a date for me.
Got it.
Mel was calling. And Gabi went with me for the first date. You know who Gabi is, yeah? And, yeah. And then he bought a dictionary. Yes, he did. Yeah. And I figured out enough then that we meet at a certain place. And Gabi went a few times, and then we dumped her too. And yeah, we sat in a little cafe or walked around, and it went, you know, this word, this word, this word. So,
Okay.
and that was our date. Till we met on the 26th of January, something like that. And then I got in June, I got an offer that I get a better job in Frankfurt, in a
Okay.
Catholic kindergarten.
Okay.
Yeah. And I left.
Okay. Goodbye.
Yeah, we only wrote for 2-3 months. Only letters.
Okay. Right.
And that kindergarten, there were the nuns, and we girl was the only ones, you know. And then he said we're going to get married, and it took 5 months. Yeah.
That's
and we
true.
were together. Yeah.
So, Frankfurt. What city was the first? Where did you meet? What city did you meet in?
Würzburg.
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 Okay.
And I'm from a little bitty town outside of Würzburg.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Fantastic.
by that time I was living in Würzburg.
Okay. Thank you very much. This has been fantastic.
Boy, that brings memories back.
What other memories?
Well, we got married, I think I told Susan that day, only in a courthouse on the 23rd of December, and we met in January the same year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whirlwind marriage, as it were. Tiffany and I met physically in July, and I moved in, and we bought a house together in December.
See?
So yeah, when it's right, it's right. And how many years were you married?
55.
55.
He missed 2 weeks before 56.
56th anniversary. Your 50th was lovely. Thank you very much again for having us
I
at your
think so
50th.
too. I still have good memories from it. And I'm glad we did it. I mean, wouldn't it be have a shame if we wouldn't have done it?
Oh no, great. I'm very glad you
That's
did.
why you're supposed to do
We
stuff
stayed one that
before.
night
Say again?
at the
You
party
have
that
to
day
do
and we
stuff
drove back.
before.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right.
And he didn't want
Comes to all of us.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Now, how do you know Gabi? So Gabi, the translator, is still around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They were friends in
we stayed friends.
in Schmugelberg. What-
Yeah. So,
We stayed
Gabi,
friends.
Gabi started dating a gentleman by the name of Kai,
Yeah.
Okay.
and they got married, and were reliving. Well, when we lived over in Germany, we saw them or something,
Yeah.
and then when we
We're
moved to New
always,
Jersey, they
Yeah.
came to visit or something
When we
like that.
came back to Jersey, Dad came for a whole year. He was a doctor of
whatever fossils, something.
Paleontology.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like
yeah. So he had to come to, that was Morristown, New Jersey, wasn't
Oh,
it?
okay. Nice
Yeah.
place. That's
Yeah.
my uncle lived in
And
Morristown.
they brought their 2 children, and they went to German school.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we had them there the whole year. And every time Dad and I went home, or sometimes not, Susan went home to Germany. She stopped by Gabi. Gabi still calls.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
still call. Yeah.
So you got married in December, and then what happened? Where did you go? Did you live on the base? Did you go back to the States? Or what did you do from that?
Oh, no. Our marriage was in the courthouse, and then we went in the next little cafe, had a little lunch, and came home to my mom and dad.
Okay.
That was 20 minutes away from us. Oh, Mel and I had a room in a little bitty town in Würzburg, in a place. We had a room for 2 months, I think, yeah. But anyway, we came back home to my parents' house, Dad and Mom, and she had a big dinner for us, and a few presents and some friends.
That's very nice.
School friends and neighbor friends. And we drove home that night in our little apartment, and that was it. And he went to work the next day.
Okay, so you lived in an apartment. Did you work then at that point?
No, I
Okay.
didn't. No.
Okay.
No, I didn't. And then 2 months after that,
Susan
we
was
moved
born.
into a very nice
Not
apartment.
2 months now?
Yeah, in Veitshöchheim. Yeah,
Couple months,
yeah.
Now, yeah, because Connor was born December 27th. We got married in July because Connor was on the way. And if Connor had held on for 5 more days, it would have been at least the next year in terms of
well,
people counting on their fingers. But
That's the same, but I didn't know I was pregnant till my sister married. She married on the 26th of January, so a little bit, a month later.
oh, okay.
And I was sicker than a dog. Yeah, and I knew. Yeah. Yeah. So did my mom. Yeah.
Okay.
But so was my sister.
Okay. Well, hey, if it all works out well,
Well,
produced a splendid
Yeah.
child
yeah. Well, her
and
son,
her older sister.
yeah, her son.
And then my son, and then my mom, and then me.
Yeah, she had a son a week before Susan. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
My sister, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's funny. And she got
Yeah,
married in
that's funny.
January. You got married in December. Okay. Got it. Yeah, Tiffany was. After that, so you lived in Germany from that point
3 years.
3 years.
3 years. He extended, and we stayed there 3 years in that nice apartment. I had a girl, and I went back to a doctor after I had Susan for 2 months for my 6 weeks checkup, and he said, Miss Loveday, you're pregnant. I understood this much, in English. I went to the American hospital,
Okay.
and I said, no, I'm not.
I just had a baby. I can't be pregnant.
Yeah.
Russell.
He said, you're pregnant. No, that was Pat.
Oh, Russell's the youngest. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Were you born in Germany?
Yeah, both of them.
I didn't know that.
Was sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I was happy there. I went to town, I had no problem, and that's why I really didn't bother too much to learn English over there.
Okay.
Mel brought friends home, and I understood this much, but mostly we had German friends.
Okay.
Or my family.
Okay. Fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, but another thing. So when we got married in a courthouse, I told you that I grew up in a very Catholic family.
Yes.
We didn't miss church,
No, I understand.
or a prayer. And so we were married 2 years. You walked really well, and you were little bitty.
Good job.
Yeah. You were not even a year. No, that was less. But anyway, in 73, going early 74, my mom kept saying, you can't leave, the children are not baptized.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so
64.
then I went down to the Catholic.
I
64,
got that. Read
Yeah,
and contradict.
Yeah, that's right, babe, sorry. We went to town and went to that St. Michael's Church where I went, and we talked to the preacher, and he said, well, sure, I baptized the children and married you all. So he came to our house, I put my white dress on, he put his suit on, had my family there, and we married. And
Aw.
the preacher spoke perfect English.
Oh, terrific.
Yeah.
That's
so
lucky.
we married, and then 2 months later, he came back, and we went down to church and baptized Susan first, and then Pat.
Oh, they
Yeah.
consecrated your souls to God.
Yeah.
I did that with.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, God. So you're.
I, for one, was
So now you can go to heaven. Well, then,
We'll take care of that.
yeah,
And
someday.
Susan-
Choice you get to make.
Yeah.
In 1974.
They took you to that church, right?
Yes, I went when I went.
Yeah.
Oh, you went back to the church you were at St. Michael's.
Yeah, because I took Amber for her graduation, and we spent a month over in Europe. Did all of Germany and
Oh,
France.
that's fantastic.
And,
What a trip.
Yeah, so all our relatives over there took us to that church where we got baptized. I got baptized, and to the Kinderhof where she worked at.
Oh, how cool
We
is
got to
that?
see it.
That
See
is
the
so
people.
cool.
None of the people were still there, but
That is very cool.
yeah. So it was a fun trip.
That is very cool.
See all
And so Russell was born, then you came over here. What year did
I
you
was
come
3
over?
months pregnant when I came over here.
Did you say 10 months pregnant?
3.
3, thank
Oh,
you.
please.
Eins, zwei, drei.
No,
3 months
I had
pregnant.
them 2 little ones, and I was 3 months pregnant, and he's born in January 65. At least like you said, he missed 14 days
Oh, okay.
of that year.
Got it. And where was he born?
In Fort Knox? In
Fort
Ireland.
Knox. And so he's born in Kentucky.
Yeah, that
That's
was our
funny.
first station.
Oh, really?
We came.
In Fort
Oh, yeah.
Knox?
Fort
Okay.
Knox
I
is
thought you
my-
arrived in New Jersey.
No, that was in 74 when we came back from Germany.
On the trip from Germany to Fort Knox, you had to stop in New Jersey or something
Oh,
while Dad got the car, right?
yeah, well, when we landed,
You landed in New Jersey, got in the car and drove to Fort
we left
Knox.
Frankfurt, but that was a military plane. And so that went to Fort Dix.
Okay, got it.
And we got into Fort Dix on the evening, and I wasn't feeling well. You all were sick. And the army put you into a little motel outside of Fort Dix. If I think back, it was really bad. But anyway, Dad had to leave the next morning and get our car. He bought a brand new Volkswagen over there and shipped it. And he said, I'll be back soon. Yeah, he left like 5 o'clock in the morning. I had them too. I was sick from flying, and no phone or nothing, He just left. Well, he wasn't back by 5 o'clock in the night.
Go.
We hadn't eaten, I had no milk, nothing. So I left him in a room, went to the office of that motel, and I said, I need some food. Where do I go? My husband is somewhere picking up a car. And she said, oh, don't worry. She came, she had stuff for the children, bottles, milk. She had food for us. I couldn't believe it.
That's nice.
Yeah. And then I started to think, all right, here I'm sitting. He left. Yeah, he left. How do I get back? I had no idea. He came back like midnight, and
Okay.
he had to buy a battery for the car. The car was stripped.
Oh, they stripped it
It
while
was
it was...
standing there, in the yard.
Okay.
It came before, and it was stripped.
Okay. That'll take 19 hours. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, happy ending.
Yeah. So.
It's good you didn't turn on
God,
our
I've
back.
never been so glad to see him. But anyway, we started in the next day and drive from Fort Dix to Cincinnati. Yeah, straight through.
Okay.
And I honestly, had no idea what America was, I went with him, dumb, young, in love, and because I don't know what state we went through, and I said, Dad, why on earth aren't there any Indian here on their horses? I expected them to ride next to the highway.
Right.
Yeah, and he said, oh, hon, but all I ever read was, do you know the Karl May books? Karl May.
No.
He wrote, every German read them, he wrote series of books about the Wild West.
Okay.
And that's all
Okay.
we were reading at home,
Zane Grey, we know, no, but not
Yeah.
Karl May. That's interesting.
Karl May, yeah.
So that's what you were expecting is the
yeah, I
horses,
expected them to ride next to the highway.
the cowboys?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You were disappointed.
No, I don't know about that. It's just I expected it to be there.
You're looking for cowboys, and there weren't any. And what else surprised you about America? after living in Germany? What surprised you about being in America?
Well, not really surprised me. I learned really fast to make everybody understand, but I made a few boo-boos. I mean, big ones. Big ones. But
For instance?
for instance,
Yeah.
well, Mel gave me the money and said go shopping, and I went there, did my shopping. I stood on the cashier and she said a certain amount and I didn't catch it, and I opened up my billfold and said take what you need,
Oh,
and she did.
Very naive.
Yeah.
but she took the right amount, we think.
Well, I hope so. She gave me some back and I had my groceries.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
But you drove to Cincinnati and that's the first time you met his mom, right?
Yeah. But she was from the moment on, we walked in, we had driven 12, 13 hours or more, and the children were, tired, probably had thrown up or whatever. And she said, come on, hon. She said, give me them babies. I wash them. And from that moment on, we really got along. Mm-hmm. Well, we really did.
That's very nice.
Yeah, we really did.
Yeah.
I go over there, I'm saying I'm going home.
Home,
When
still.
I'm over there, I say I'm going home. I mean here.
Got it.
But
you say Mel liked going back to Germany?
he loved Germany. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he loved Germany.
Did he ever learn any German?
Melvin spoke perfect German.
I did not know
Yeah, he
that.
did.
But eventually he spoke good German. He learned
He
German.
always did.
Well, he learned it real quickly
Yeah.
back in the early
He did.
60s.
Okay, somebody had to.
And then we
Okay.
were stationed over there again when we were kids,
Yeah.
like her age,
Okay.
for 3 years. And then, of course, they
All my
always went
family.
back. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I
Yeah.
didn't know he spoke German. That's interesting.
Oh yeah, he did. Oh, and my whole family, all of the brother-in-laws, they all called him Washington.
Oh, because being from the
He was
United
from-
States.
yeah.
Okay, that's all you know.
Really?
Yeah, that was Washington over there from the brother-in-laws. Yeah.
That's
Oh
cool.
yeah, every one of them.
That's terrific. Well, thank you.
I'm such an old, if I go to the doctor now and they say the history of your parents and I write down 1883, mostly the secretary comes back and says, you got the wrong time.
Right,
I said,
right.
no, my father was born in 1883.
You're welcome.
So,
And they probably go, well, that would have made him
My
blah, blah, when you were born.
my great grandmother was born in 1880, so that's just interesting.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your grandma, but that
Yeah.
was my
Great.
father.
No, great grandma.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And,
Hey guys, you want some big spoons?
yeah. So we went home for her 100th birthday. Mel and I, we went over there.
Whose 100th birthday?
The oldest half sister. Of mine.
Okay, half-sister.
My father's
Got it, got it,
But
got
he
it.
was dead already.
Okay.
But and then she made it to 102.
That's fantastic. Well, I look forward to your 100th birthday.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be there because you'll have to say nice things about me. I ain't making it. Right. What did you say?
I said I really want my mom and Andrew to have a baby
Why?
because I want a sibling.
Okay.
Preferably a sister.
Why a sister?
Because girls are amazing.
Girls are moaning.
Amazing.
All right. What are boys?
Eh,
Sub amazing.
they're a.
I see.